What's up, guys? This video we shall be discussing equations involving exponents. What rules to follow, all the rules, whatever was taught in the video number 1. Along with that, also remember one rule, okay? We are aiming here, equation meaning there's supposed to be two sides, LHS as well as RHS. Our main objective here is to make sure that the basis on both the sides are the same. Okay, that's my main objective. Once I'm able to get that, and since it's an equation, obviously there'll be an equal to sign in between. There comes another rule, okay? If the bases are same on both the sides, we also equate the powers, okay? If the bases are same on both the sides, we also equate the powers. So what do? We try as much as possible on both the sides in order to make the bases same, okay? We'll try to take all the necessary steps required. I'll give an example. Look at the first question. First question says 2 to the power 2x plus 1 equals 8. Automatically, if you look at both the sides, which again, equation, left hand side, right hand side, two sides are there, okay? If you look at this, left hand side has the base which is much more smaller, okay, simplified version. Right hand side, the base is not that smaller because it's 8. So what do is, I keep the left hand side as it is, 2 to the power 2x plus 1. Think of a solution. Can you write 8 in simplified terms, or can you write 8 in terms of 2? Why I'm asking this question, because the left hand side has the number 2, that's why, okay? So 8 is nothing but 2 to the power 3. Now, we'll apply the rule. The rule says what? If the bases are same on both the sides, okay, we also equate the powers. So automatically bases are same, we ignore them, we equate the powers. 2x plus 1 is equal to 3. Can you find the value of x using this? Automatically. 2x is equal to 3 minus 1 is 2, gets cancelled, the value of x is equal to 1. Okay, the whole point here is there's absolutely zero promises trying to tell you that, okay, x is equal to 1 always, x is equal to nothing like that. It depends, okay, but I just took us some easier question so that you guys don't get confused with it, okay? Even though it's an equation, all the rules apply. There is absolutely no change in the rules. In fact, one additional rule is there, okay? Next one, look at this. 4 to the power 2x equals 1 by 32. And moreover, I'm not very comfortable with writing 4. Can we write 4 in terms of 2? Obviously, because it's an even number. So first of all, what is 4? 2 square, correct? And in the question, 2x was there. I hope you guys got it. So here, even though both of them are even numbers, I am trying to simplify on both the sides. Unlike the previous case. In the previous case, one was already simplified, right? I only had to focus on the one side, but here I'll try to simplify both. Equals 1 by as it is. Think of a way of writing 32 in terms of 2. Is it possible? Obviously. 2 power 5. Okay. Now one more big problem here is left hand side, okay, it's on the numerator part. Right hand side, the 2 is the denominator part. I'll have to promote one. Okay. Which one do you think is simpler? No, you have a choice. I would always do the other side. I would always take the denominator to the numerator. Okay. In simple language, the bases are flipping. If the basis flips, the sign in the power changes. So automatically my right hand side becomes 2 to the power minus 5. Don't ask me one dumb question telling what happened to the 1. 1 to the power 5 is anyways 1. That's a major advantage, and we're supposed to use that validly. Okay. Left hand side, I'll think for a second. I'll keep the 2 as it is. 2 power 2x. Power raised to another power. We multiply the power. Okay. So 2 times 2x gives me 4x. So if you see, automatically I converted a question in such a way that both the sides, both the bases are in their most simplified versions, and because both the bases are same, I will be able to equate the powers right now. So left hand side the power is 4x, right hand side the power is minus 5. So x will be equal to minus 5 by 4. That's your answer. Okay. Try to simplify it as much as possible. We'll take another question. This is a lovely question. If you focus here the right hand side is a 0. Wherever 0 and 1s are there, it is trying to make your life much more simpler. And to add up onto all these things, there's a minus here. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll keep all the positive things to the left hand side, which means 4 to the power x minus 2 remains as it is. The minus goes to the other side, becomes a plus. Obviously, you'll have a question. What about the power? Will the power change? Absolutely no. So if you write 2 as it is, since you change the minus 2 to plus 2, that's the only change in the base. The power remains as x plus 1. Now ask yourself a question. Are both the sides there in the simplified forms? No. I can simplify the 4 on my left side. So I'll write 4 as what? 2? 2 square. Perfect. So it becomes 2 squared to the power x minus 2 is equals, I copy the same thing. Left hand side, power raised to another power. We multiply the powers. So it becomes 2 to the power 2x minus 4 equals 2 power x plus 1. The new rule which we learned right now, it says what? If the bases are same and there's an equal to sign in between, we equate the powers. So it becomes 2x minus 4 equals x plus 1. We'll bring all the letters to one side, which means it becomes 2x minus x equals minus 4 goes to the other side, becomes plus 4 plus 1. So it becomes x equals 5. Correct? So try to, again, absolutely no, there's no change here. It's the same things. Fine. Now comes the whole part. Left hand side there's a square root, right hand side there's a root, but before the root, on top of the root there's a number 4. How do we solve these kind of questions? Always understand the only way to remove a square root, square meaning 2, okay, is by multiplying it with 1 by 2. I'll tell you, multiplying the power with 1 by 2, okay. So right now, and on both the sides, I'm not comfortable with the root there. So what do? Left hand side, I write 3 as it is. This time it's a square root, because there's no number, meaning by default it's a square root, which means 2. I write the base as it is without the root. I write 1 by 2. Why 2? Because square 2 on top into x minus 3 was there as it is. Apply the same logic here. You are writing 3 because you are not comfortable with the root. But this time, will you write 1 by 2 or 1 by 4? Ask yourself this question. Don't you think it has to be 1 by 4? Why? Because can you see the number 4 here? That's how it is. Now by chance if it is cube root, what do you say? It becomes 1 by 3. So if there is no number, it by default means 2. If whatever number is there, copy that number, but as a power, and especially in the power in the denominator. Why? Because the numerator, the numerator part is always 1. Okay. So here 4 was there. It becomes 1 by 4. I write to the power x plus 1 was there already. So this is your first step, the most important step. So if you see here, automatically the bases became the same. Fine. Yeah, a lot of things people get confused. By default, a root means square root. Okay. This means cube root, here meaning to the power 1 by 4. It should always go to the power. Okay. It should be a fraction. Now what do? Bases are same. So bases are same, equal to sign in between. So we equate the powers. So it becomes 1 by 2x minus 3 by 2. I'm skipping one step because you shouldn't, but understand. Equals 1 by 4x plus 1 by 4. Automatically we'll bring all the letters to one side, numbers to the other side. So 1 by 2x, which is a bigger number, remains as it is. Minus comes this side, plus comes this side, becomes minus 1 by 4. Now please don't get confused. Why are we getting the 1 by 4 to the left hand side? Because bigger the number in the numerator, bigger the value. Bigger the number in the denominator, smaller the value. So if you compare both the letters here, 1 by 2x, 1 by 4x, bigger the number in the denominator, smaller the value. Therefore, I am shifting the smaller thing to the left side. Okay. Automatically 3 by 2 plus 1 by 4 as it is was there. What is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4? It will be 1 by 4 only. Okay. You guys can do the math and then do the thing. If you do not understand that, take LCM. Same old method, man. So it becomes 2x minus 1x equals, here also LCM will be equal to 4, becomes 6 plus 1, which is 7. Okay. So here the left hand side becomes x by 4 equals 7 by 4. Yeah, correct. 7 by 4. What gets cancelled? The 4 and the 4 gets cancelled, and stop doing the shit of cross multiplying and again doing shit. Directly can take it off, because same numbers on either side and on the denominator, cancel it off, or on the numerator also, but it has to be same. So the final answer for this will be equal to x equals 7. I hope you guys understand the logic of roots here. Talking about roots. Fine. Next question, the most important one under this specific thing. What are you supposed to find? You're supposed to find the values of m and n. If you see, it's not an equation. There are 3 things being involved with 2 equal to's. You're supposed to find the values of m and n. Let's try to locate them. If you observe properly, the first part talks only about m, second part talks only about n, the third part talks about no letter, which means it's a pure number. What I would do, I would equate the m also to the number, I would equate the n also to the number. So here the most important part is not the letter, is the number. And most importantly, rewrite the question. So you write the m part separately. 4 to the power 2m equals root 8 square. Okay. Next, cube root 16 to the power minus 6 by n is again equal to root 8 square. I've seen a lot of people making one mistake of equating the letters together. What's the whole point? If you equate m equals n, what are you finding? You're supposed to find the values of it, not the letters are same or not. Okay. So always use the reference as a number. Common sense. Left hand side 4, not comfortable, we'll make it as 2. So it becomes 2 square to the power 2m as it is. 8 square root is there, becomes 1 by 2. Okay. Into 2 was automatically there. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Fine. Now left hand side becomes what? 2 to the power. 2 to the power. 2 power ratio of the power becomes, we multiply the powers, becomes 2 power 4m equals 8. If you see, it's almost simplified. Right hand side can be simplified more. What is 8 in terms of 2? 2 cube equals 2 power 4m. Left hand side, again, bases are same, which means, and an equal to sign in between, which means we equate the powers. So 4m will be equal to 3, m will be equal to 3 by 4. Found the value of m. Absolutely no obstacles there. Same thing I'll be doing with respect to n. With respect to n here. Cube root is there. Doesn't matter. Right 16. Cube root meaning it becomes 1 by 3. Already minus 6 by n was there. Right side, it becomes 8 to the power 1 by 2 into 2. Okay. 3 and 6 gets cancelled. So the answer is 16 to the power minus 2 by n is equal to 8. Okay. Now, like a dumb person, don't write 16 is nothing but 8 into 2. It's correct, but we're talking about exponents, powers. So 16 is what? 2 cube, or 2 to the power 4. Okay. So 2 power 4 is 16 to the power minus 2 by n as it is. You'll obviously ask me a question, why aren't you trying to simplify the minus? Is it a rule all the time? No. You are simplifying the minus only if you want to make your life much more simpler. Okay. Here it is direct. Okay, because left hand side also the numbers is on my numerator. Right hand side also is on my numerator. If I just flip it, then it becomes a more hectic job of me trying to equate both the denominator and all this shit, man. That's why. Okay. So right hand side 8 is nothing but 2 cube. Now one thing is I can see that both the sides, the bases have become same, which is good. Not a problem at all. Now we'll try to simplify it. Power raised to another power. We multiply the powers. So 4 times 2 gives you 8 by n minus what's there as it is equals 2 cube. Now bases are same, equal to sign in between. So we equate the powers. So the powers were 8 minus 8 by n, careful with the minus, equals 3. Just crisscross here. So the value of n becomes minus 8 by 3. This is a very important question for your upcoming school exam.
Anything else, Professor?
For more videos like this, subscribe.